Ladies and gentlemen of the Grimdark Future, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. Spawning on the north side of the map, it's going to be the Space Marines, and I think they're rocking an ultramarine color scheme, could be wrong, but on the south side, it looks like it's going to be the, is that Bealtan? I don't know, some of you Eldar fans will have to let me know, but it is going to be the dreaded Eldar on the bottom side. And when I say dreaded, I truly mean it. You know, obviously we overuse that word quite a bit, but the Eldar certainly warrants that. Now, this map is fun. A lot of base trading. I think a lot of the games I played on this map on ladder do come down to base trading. You know, one person will be here, the other guy will push, and they're just like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to go base trade and make sure some wild games. Another element of this map that's very fun is, of course, the fact that you can jump from your main base. So if you just go right here, for example, you can jump back all the way into your opponent's base. I don't think the Eldar have anything that can do that early on. The Falcon Grav Tank later on can do some shenanigans with that, but obviously, it'd be a little bit more of a Space Marine thing, and yeah, we'll see if that's going to be coming into play here. So Scouts grabbing what they can, and oh, look at this, Armory and Chapel Barracks, probably going to be some Assault Marines coming in, so yes, it is going to be the Assault Marines. Now, Assault Marines, like I said, will have the capability of doing some very good harass, and if you get like two of them, for example, and start, you know, splitting and pushing, sure, the Happy Feet are faster than you and you can't necessarily catch them, but you don't have to take fights per se, right? You can just decap these strategic points, deny your opponent resources, hunt down their workers, and that seems to be a more effective use of such units in this game. All right, Scout Marines moving in here. Whereas, like, for example, if you're playing like Dawn of War 2, Elite Mod, or something like that, you know, when you're able to get a melee unit on top of a range unit, it connects much more consistently, even if they run. Whereas in this, even when you're chasing something, it's very hard to actually get like melee contact and hit things that are running while you're chasing them. But we do see the Assault Marines moving over the high ground with their jump packs, and they could go for one of the generators here, which of course have some HP, but there is some low-hanging fruit. We do have these strategic points, which are going to be pretty good to capture right there, so we do see it getting capped. And in the meantime, are there any other opportunities over here? We see the Guardians grabbing this point, and here come the Guardians. Now, Guardians do really pitiful damage. They do not hit hard at all. Their top-end damage on shooting is 20. Pretty similar, actually, to the bolt pistols of the Assault Marines. So both have pretty pitiful shooting there. But regardless, the Assault Marines are going to be attacking into the Listening Shrine, and Scouts capturing on the map where they can. That's another thing about the Assault Marines, right? It's going to be forcing your opponent to play in their base more. They're going to have to commit resources to stop this and chase you, rather than having those units decapping out on the map and capturing the critical points and the relics on the side, right? So there's definitely a couple advantages to that. I really like the strategy, even with Chaos Space Marines, to get in there with a couple of the Raptors, but we'll see how it works out for the old Ultra. Is that Ultramarines? They have like a bit of a reddish hue, although I suppose Ultramarines do as well. Now, Dark Reaper is coming in. Happy Feet is online. You know, one Assault Marine can basically just chase a Dark Reaper around. There is the Fleet of Foot, so they're going to be running, and now there's going to be a second Dark Reaper, which is going to force the Assault Marines to run, because you don't want to be taking that damage, or fly, I do dare say. Another Assault Marine squad is going to be coming out, and this is where you can really get some sweaty micro going. They're going to be attacking the Listening Shrine, and the Dark Reaper is going to be running back there to deal with it, whereas in the meantime, the Assault Marines are waiting in the bushes, and they're going to be hopping over here most likely to look to do some havoc. And then they flee out. All right, they are able to escape, and boom, right into a decap, right? So a little chaining those plays together is kind of like how, you know, in grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu and things like that, you're like chaining a sequence of moves together, right, to get your end goal here. And he's kind of doing that. He's chaining the submissions, right? Moving in are the Assault Marines, and they're going to be bonking down a Bonesinger, which is a nice pick. Bonesingers are really cheap for some reason. They're like dirt cheap. They can like teleport and like lock people's bases down. They're just like the cheapest worker for some reason. Some wild shit. But Space Marines over here are going to be grabbing the strategic point, while the second Bonesinger may be going to get karate chopped. Here we do see the Dark Reapers moving in, getting some pot shots on the Assault Marines, but during all this, right, the Marines definitely, I believe, have better map control. Taking a look at the economies, 56 for the Eldar and 74 for the Marines, and also Generator online as well. But the Eldar do have double Plasma Generator, which means they probably were looking to go tier 2 quickly. Who knows? We'll find out. Assault Marines going to be attacking into the Guardian squad right here, and potentially you're going to get a pick here. You can see the Guardians are moving really slowly for some reason. I could have sworn he needs to activate Fleet of Foot there, obviously. Dark Reapers, though, able to kind of plant their feet in the ground and get some nice shooting, and the Marines are going to be getting melted pretty bad by that damage. Granted, they're in heavy cover right now. You can see that little icon, the shield above their head. That's going to be mitigating some of that, so that is very nice indeed. On this side, Scout's going to be doing a little bit of decapping, but on the other side, the Space Marine player, Arcurin, being very active here with his Assault Marines, attacking into the back of the base, getting the Bonesingers, being very troll, and look what that does. It forces the Eldar player to come back in their base, using the Fleet of Foot. They're going to be running across, and the Marines are now going to be coming back down to harass again on this side, so just kind of ping-ponging them around, really utilizing the fact that this map is very laney, and, you know, has great opportunities for jump pack units. Right here, another Assault Marine going to be popping out, attacking into the Guardians. Guardians are pretty squishy units. They will get cut up by Assault Marines pretty bad in combat, so you can see, can we get a sync kill? Give it to me, Precious. And it looks like they are going to be able to run away. And the Assault Marines, instead of chasing, which is, you know, probably not the right play, you go for the decap and just lock your opponent in while you tech. And now Force Commander is going to be coming out, so here he is, looking very, very cool. And we are going to be seeing our first Tactical Marine squad. Assault Marines bonking into the building, and mass amount of Dark Reapers getting some nice shooting here. Marines still have the map control, though. They are going to be getting a critical location right here, and I believe they have both relics as well. Oh, that's actually his own custom scheme. Oh, is it like a... Yeah, that's the Imperial Fist, right? But is it like some sort of a unique chapter of theirs or something? Interesting. I mean, obviously a custom homebrew by this player, right? Assault Marines trying to bonk down the back, and getting an upgraded Listening Shrine is pretty good. That's going to be hampering the economy of the Eldar. Eldar at 56, Marines are at 86. Marines here do have the frag grenades coming in as well as the bionics. So that's going to be a really big power timing, right? When all the Marine units get their bionics upgrades, they're going to be crumping pretty good. Dark Reapers moving across, Happy Feet activated. They're going to need to turn that off to get their accuracy, and they do, so well played by our Eldar player there. And on the other side, the Assault Marines ripping apart these old Guardians and doing some great damage, and now going to be running before they take too much damage. And we do see the Marine squad getting joined by the Force Commander and augmenting its weaponry. Going to be going for flamethrowers, actually. Interesting. So going to be trying to melt the infantry. Now, Dark Reapers are considered basic infantry, so the flamethrower will be pretty effective against them if you can get in your sights and get that range, right? You can always see the unit type here, infantry, whereas the Assault Marines, for example, are considered heavy infantry. So flamethrowers online. Looks like the Eldar are going to be surging out and maybe trying to take a fight, but they do move in a little bit too far and realize that that wasn't a good idea for them, and now they're going to be fleeing. Certainly need to activate the fleet of foot. On the other side, we do have some Dark Reapers active, and these bad boys are going to be running away right now. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's Assault Marines like right on top of them chasing them, and they just don't even make contact unless the Eldar player stops and turns to fight. Another Assault Marine is going to be coming in. One Dark Reaper unit standing and fighting, and the other one's going to be providing a little bit of cover fire, but we do see the Jump Pack Marines coming in, forcing back the Dark Reapers, and even after all that fighting, the Eldar really didn't lose much. The Dark Reapers are healthy, and these ones are in good shape as well. But there's a lot of pursuit and a Force Commander as well. And now what we're seeing is a big economic advantage coming in for the Space Marine player, where he's got several fully pumped up units, a Force Commander, as well as a pretty upgraded Space Marine squad with not economic, but upgrades here. Tier 2 coming in as well. And good spread. You know, basically, if you're playing against Dark Reapers, we've seen this in some of the high-level tournament play we've had recently. You just want to get one unit, click on each of them, and just kind of micro whatever else you have. Let them get chased, force your opponent to micro, and, you know, it can be hard, right? So we do see the Dark Reapers here getting blasted by the Marines. It's going to be one squad getting wiped. Flamethrowers doing some work, breaking the morale of the Dark Reapers. But Dark Reapers surprisingly tanky against all that firepower, if you ask me. These ones are going to be replenishing models, but some of the Assault Marines are going to be getting them. Oh, the sync kill, baby. Dude, that guy's going ape with that attack right there. But looking pretty rough for the Eldar. I mean, they do have for the Eldar. They have the listening post going, which of course are providing a little bit of tertiary DPS onto these units. But overall, the Space Marines are whittling them down and not taking too many casualties in the process. Any of the casualties really are just from the Listening Shrine, which isn't going to do brutal damage against these heavy infantry and the Space Marines. Basically just Happy Feet spamming, just running in circles and just trying to hope that the listening posts are going to kill the Marines faster than they can replenish with their economy, but it's not going to work out for them. Eventually, the Dark Reapers are going to be taken down. Even the Haggard bolt pistol fire will eventually get them. And there is also a Marine squad, of course, providing Overwatch fire, melting a lot of these units. And I think there's a Scout squad that has gotten some augments as well. And the Bionics upgrade, of course, made this timing a little bit more effective. So the Eldar are going to be running in full retreat. Listening Shrine here. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to be seeing this game getting wrapped up here in just a minute as the last Dark Reaper is just running. And this is what it looks like when I play Eldar, right? But yeah, you do see these Dark Reapers getting caught, and they're going to be getting harried and karate chopped by the Assault Marines, and that is going to be GG getting called right there. You can't see it from both players, I don't think, but yeah, hopefully it was a double GG. Yep, that is it. GG. Fun game. And really cool showcase of alternative strategies. Now, of course, these guys weren't like watching our super high-level Eldar players playing, right? For example, and in the tournaments and whatnot. This is a ladder game, it looks like, and they're both solid players. Probably, honestly, both are better than me. And we got to see some really cool showcases of strategy, how to keep someone contained with the Assault Marines. I thought that was really fun, utilizing the map, utilizing the terrain as well. So very fun stuff indeed. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of a different style strategy. Apparently the meta in this matchup, some of the higher level players I've talked to have said this is unwinnable for Space Marines at the highest level. But typically what they do is they all in with Tactical Marines. They don't build any generators. They get like just spam Tactical Marines and just push their opponent's base. It's actually what we saw in the tournament semifinals we had, we saw the Marines try and push in, and they actually did okay. They got some heavy cover, traded well, but the Happy Feet micro was too brutal. But very cool to see the alternative strategies here with the Assault Marines. I'd be curious for some of you folks to weigh in. How do you think this would go? You know, in a tournament setting, I liked it a lot. I thought it was super fun and really, really kept the Eldar in check there. So GG, well played. We'll see you guys around, and thank you to our Kieran for sending in the replay, and we will see you guys all on the other side.